is an arrangement where both buyers and seller meets. Market is market is an arrangement where both buyers and sellers meet to exchange their goods and services. Okay, market is the heart and the soul of modern economic life. Market is the heart and soul of modern economic life. Without market, producer and consumer actively make any sense. Without two market, producer and consumer activities hardly make any sense. What is the motive of the producer? To produce goods and service. What is the role of producer? To produce goods and services. What is the role of the consumers? What is the role of consumer? What consumer is doing? Consumer is the destroying the utility. Producer is creating utility. Consumer is destroying the utility. In common parlance, market is assumed a place. Market is assumed a place where goods are bought and sold. Goods are bought and sold. But in economics, the term market. But in economics, the term market does not refer to a specific place. It does not refer to a specific place. From an economics point of view, it is known as the arrangement where both buyers and seller meets. It is refers to an arrangement where both buyers and sellers meet. Rather, it is a mechanism through which buyers and seller come into contact with each other. It is a mechanism where both buyers and sellers comes to contact with each other and buy and sell goods at mutual agreed price. Why? How the transaction is taking place? By using buyers purchase goods and services from the sellers by using some medium of exchange. Your medium of exchange is the money. Money is used as a medium of exchange between the buyers and the sellers. Before invention of money, there is a barter system. You know barter system? What is that? What is barter system? What is barter system? Anyone having any idea? Barter system shows the direct exchange of a goods and service against goods and service. Suppose you have certain amount of goods and you can exchange with another person. Okay, that is a barter system. The definition like the direct exchange of a goods and service against another goods and services. Okay, the direct exchange. But here we are not using direct exchange. We are not availing the direct exchange. We are not availing the barter system technique. We are using money. Money plays a medium of exchange roles. Okay, that's why whenever we are purchasing goods and services, we are paying through money. Okay, rather it is a mechanism through which buyers and the seller come into contact with each other, buys and sell goods at mutual agreed price. Two prices mean both buyers and sellers ready achandi. Okay, buyers is ready to sell that goods and service at certain price, and seller buyers is ready to purchase that goods and service at a particular price, and seller is also agreed to sell that goods and service at that price, so that the transaction can take place between both buyers and sellers. Here's the market structure. There are two types of market. One is perfect market, another is imperfect market. In imperfect market, again divided into three types: monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. And in some while teaching to our core economic students, PG student or economics honor students, there are two more different types of market, like duopoly. Okay, duopoly, monopoly, bilateral monopoly. Okay, here here we will analyzing the two types of market: perfect market, imperfect market. Under imperfect market, there are monopoly market, monopolistic competition, as well as oligopoly. We'll understand in details one by one. First comes to the perfect competition. Perfect competition defined on the basis of feature. It is defined on the basis of feature. Features means the characteristics. Perfect competition is a market structure in which there is a large number of buyers and sellers. large number of buyers and sellers who transact homogeneous or similar goods. What is homogeneous or similar goods? Identical products that transact that here the transaction take place between the buyers and sellers on identical products. Okay, everybody is selling same types of goods. Okay, at a fixed price by the market, that is fixed at a price that is fixed by the market and industries. Here the price is fixed by the market or industries. How price determination took place in the market? By analyzing the both demand and the supply. Here industry is a group of firms producing similar goods. What is the definition of industry? Industry is a group of firms producing similar goods or identical goods. Okay, is that clear? Anyone having any doubt so far? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what are the features of perfect competition? First and foremost features is the large number of buyers and the sellers. Large number of buyers and sellers. There is no restriction. Homogeneous product, identical product. There's all the producers are selling similar product, similar or identical product. Harm is the price taker. Here the price determination took place by the market or is the price set by the industries. And the farm does not possess any role while setting the price. Farm is considered as the price taker. And who is price maker? Market as well as the industry is the price maker. Farm is the price taker. Free entry and exit. Under ana nahi mana. Eti kono ji asibo se business kari paribo. There is no restriction. But in case of monopoly, there is highly restriction. Free perfect knowledge. Buyer process. Here information is perfect when buyer information is equal to seller's information. Buyer's information is equal to seller information. In the perfect competition, there is both the buyers as well as seller possess perfect information about product, about the goods and services, that all the informations are available to both buyers as well as seller. Perfect mobility. Goods and service can move from one place to another, from one market to another market, from one place to another place. No selling cost. Here there is no selling cost. Selling cost. What is selling cost? Selling cost means the advertisement cost. Advertisement cost. Suppose you are hiring influencer, social media influencer to say to advertise your goods and services in different platform. You are hiring the celebrity to promote your goods and services. Since you are hired social media influencer as well as celebrity, you have to purchase. You have to pay him as per their demand. Demand अनुसार तमे ताको payment करियो पड़िबो. That is known as the selling cost. Why you are paying to someone else? Because they are promoting your goods and services. But in case of perfect competition, there is no selling cost. Since all the producers are producing as well as selling same product or identical products. These are the features of perfect competition you need to remember. You will understand how determination take place in the market. Price determination take place in the market. As you know, there are two forces in the market. One is the demand, another is the supply. Here's the demand. As you know, the demand axis shows the downward sloping and the supply axis is the upward sloping. Here demand is the downward sloping and supply is the upward sloping. Okay, this is the industries. Okay, when demand axis intersects the supply axis, at that point price determination took place. Okay, here price, the vertical axis shows the price and the horizontal axis shows the quantity. Price, or you can simple write, price is on the y-axis, quantity on the x-axis. The left side of the figure represent industries. The left side of the figure, this figure represent industries, and the right side of the figure represent the farm. The market demand curve is DD, and the market supply curve is SS. Further, the point at which market demand and the supply curve intersect each other is the equilibrium point. That this is the equilibrium point when the supply and demand intersect. This is the E point. At that point, price determination took place, and this is known as the price at this level, equilibrium price, and the quantity is the equilibrium quantity. This is price OP. OP is the equilibrium price, and OQ, this is Q. OQ is the equilibrium quantity. All firms receive this price in a perfectly competitive marketing. As you know, firm does not play any role while deciding price. Prices are determination took place in the market, by the forces of demand and the supply. Industry as well as the market is the price maker. Firm is the price taker. Okay. So all the firm receives price in a perfectly competitive market. Also, firms are the price taker. Industry is the price maker. The average revenue curve, AR. AR curve is the demand curve of the firm, as it can sell any quantity at it wants at the market price. Average revenue curve equal to marginal revenue curve here, and this is known as the demand curve. It can sell the price, whatever the price is set by the industries, the firm need to accept that. What is industry? One industry is the group of firm producing similar goods and services. Bujha parla? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you give some example about homogeneous product company and the large number of buyers and sellers company name in our India?
Okay, very good question. Perfect competition, you can talk about the agricultural market. Okay, this is not really exist, but agriculture market is considered as the best example for perfect competition. Okay, agriculture market. In agriculture market, all the producers, all the sellers, they are selling similar, same type of identical goods at the same price. There are no more fluctuation. They are selling that there is no more price, different price. They are charging same price for all agricultural commodities in the market. Agriculture market is considered as the best example for the perfect competition. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. So what about the oil industry?
Oil industries, they are comes under oligopoly market. Oil industries are like either OPEC, Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries. They
Yes,
are
sir.
that market is come under OPEC, oligopoly, because
Yes.
there are few sellers they are dominating the whole world.
Okay.
Iraq hela, Iran hela, they
Saudi.
Iran, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, एमाने कौन एमाने पूरा whole world को एमाने dominate करिसेंती in oil production रे. They are exporting oil to the rest of the world, and all the countries are dependent on this OPEC countries, organization for petroleum exporting countries.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there are no large number of sellers.
Okay.
Okay, there are few sellers. They are dominating the whole world.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, then comes the short-term equilibrium of a competitive firm. Short-term equilibrium of a competitive firm. In the short run, there are following assumptions. The price of product is given. The firm can sell any quantity at that price. The price of the product is given. Here the price of the product is given, and firm can sell any quantity at that price. Price of the product is given. That is given means it is decided by the industry. Firm can sell any quantity at that price. As you know, firm is the price taker. That's why firm can sell any quantity at that price. Since there is a huge competition in the market, there are large number of sellers and buyers. Firm cannot charge higher price to the market price. Market price to look so अधिक price charge करी परिबन. Okay, the size of the plant of the farm is also constant. Since this is operating the short run, in the short run the size of plant is remain constant. Farm faces given short run cost curve, and since they are operating in the short run period, they will definitely face the short run cost curve. Okay, we know that necessary and sufficient condition for equilibrium of the farm. We know that there is a necessary as well as the sufficient condition for equilibrium of the firm. How farms gets equilibrium, how farms finds the equilibrium. There are certain condition is there, MC equal to MR. First and foremost condition of the equilibrium of the farm equal to MC equal to MR. What is MC? What is MR? MC is the marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. Okay. MC curve cut the MR curve from below. Second condition, MC curve cut the MR curve from below. You will understand in details while analyzing the diagram. In other words, MC curve intersect the MR curve from below. MC curve intersect the MR curve from below. After intersecting, lies above the MR curve. Okay. In simple terms, farm must keep adding output as long as MR is greater than MC. The farm must keep adding output as long as MR, marginal revenue, is greater than marginal cost. Okay. So that farm will get certain profit when marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost. Okay. This is because additional output adds more revenue than cost. Additional always it is clear and defined that additional revenue or additional output add more revenue than cost, and it increases the profit. When revenue increases, when MR increases, the profit revenue when revenue increases means the profit is also increases and cost decreases. Further, if MC equal to MR, the farm finds that by adding to its output, MC becomes smaller than MR, then it keeps increasing output. When MC equal to MR, and then there is a normal profit to the farm. Okay, when MR is greater than MC, there is a supernormal profit. We'll understand in through the diagram. Okay, there are three possibilities in the short term. Farm can earn normal profit, supernormal profit, or it can bear loss. There is a three chances is there. There may be loss, there may be supernormal profit day, or there may be normal profit. Okay. Here is the normal profit. How farms are getting normal profit in the short term. Here price is denoted in the x-axis and the quantity is denoted in the x-axis. Okay. Here, this is AC, average cost, and this is the MC. Okay. And this is the price equal to MR equal to AR. In the above figure, you can see that cost and revenue are on the y-axis. Cost and revenue are on the y-axis. This is axis known as the cost and revenue. Okay. Or cost and revenue as well as the price. Okay. Quantity axis is the shown on the x-axis. This axis shows the only quantity. Further, marginal cost quarter the marginal revenue curve from below at point A. Here, look at this. I mean, the condition पढ़ी marginal cost cut the marginal revenue curve from below at point A. एटी कौन MC cut करुची काहको AR curve को MC further marginal cost cut the marginal revenue curve from the below at point A. This is axis. This is MR as well as AR. Here price equal to MR equal to AR. MC cut MR curve at point A. Okay. At point A, P is the equilibrium price. At point A, P is the equilibrium price. At point A is the equilibrium point, which leads to OP pricing. And OP price is the equilibrium price, and OQ is the equilibrium quantity. Okay. Note that corresponding equilibrium quantity, average cost equal to average revenue. Here, AR. Here, average cost equal to average revenue. This is AR and this is X. This axis is known as AC, and it touches at point A. Here, at that point A, AR equal to AC. That's why the farm, and we can as for the condition, we can get the farm. We can assume that farm is getting only normal profit. Okay, since MR equal to AC, AC equal to AR at point A. Is that clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then comes to the how farms are making loss. The loss farm in the figure, cost and revenue curve are on the y-axis. Cost and revenue are denoted in the y-axis. This axis and quantity denoted in the x-axis. Further, the marginal cost curve for the marginal revenue curve from below at point A. Here, the marginal cost curve uh, uh, cro crosses the marginal revenue curve at point A. A is the equilibrium point corresponding to point A. A, P, and Q. P and Q are the equilibrium price. OP and OQ, equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Also corresponding Q dash, the average cost is more than the average revenue. And the average cost is here. Average cost or average total cost touches at the point. This is the B point. Here, average cost is greater than average revenue. Here, average cost is greater than the average revenue. Look at this diagram. In the case OQ dash is the average cost. Cost is more than per unit of revenue, average revenue. Here AC curve is denoted in the AC curve or ATC curve, average total cost is denoted in the at the point it touches at the point B, and average revenue curve is at point A. Okay, that's why since average cost is greater than average revenue, okay, since MC, or you can say the MC, marginal cost, is greater than the marginal revenue, that's why the firm is bearing the loss. How much amount of loss is there? P dash B A. This amount, this is the loss amount that firm bears. Buja padla? Is it clear to everyone? Hello?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then comes to the supernormal profit. In the figure, the per unit of revenue, average revenue is OP dash. Average revenue, per unit revenue, per unit revenue, AR, and per unit average revenue, or you can say the AR equal to OP dash. While per unit of cost is OP. Per unit of cost is OP. Okay. Per unit of cost which is OP dash, per unit of revenue is per unit of cost is OP, per unit of revenue is OP dash. Therefore, per unit of receipt higher comparison with the per unit cost. Here, a marginal cost curve intersect the marginal revenue curve at point B, and the average total cost is it intersect at the point A. Okay, since average cost curve is less than the average revenue curve. Okay, average revenue curve is denoted at the point B. That's why there is a supernormal profiting. Okay, since marginal cost is marginal cost marginal revenue curve is greater than marginal cost. That's why there is a supernormal property P dash P BA. This amount is the supernormal property. Look at this diagram. Here, AC curve is denoted at point A. AC curve is denoted at the point A. Okay, which is AC average cost, and MC curve is denoted at point A B. And so that's why the price OP is the, what is OP dash? OP dash is the per unit of cost. So OP is the per unit of cost. OP dash is the per unit of revenue. Okay, that's why since MC is MR is greater than MC, that leads to the supernormal property P dash B, P dash P, P dash BA. This amount is known as the supernormal property of the firm. Then comes to the equilibrium of the industry. Industry is in equilibrium at that price at which quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. Industry is in equilibrium at that price at which quantity demand equal to quantity supplied. How will you achieve equilibrium? When quantity demanded equal to quantity supplied, here demand axis shows the downward sloping, supply axis shows the upward sloping. When demand axis intersects the supply axis at point E, which leads to equilibrium price OP and equilibrium quantity OQ. Okay. Pricing in the long run. Then comes to the long run pricing. Long run is a period of time. I'm at a short run long run. Long run is a period of time long enough to format changes in the variable as well as the fixed factor. Here, as जोटा हमें पूर्व पढ़ी के आसीचंती in the long run all factors are variable, fixed factor as well as the variable factors. We can change the fixed factors like land, we can change the variable factors like labor. In the long run, accordingly, all factors are variable and not fixed. In the long run, all factors are variable, not fixed. Okay. Thus, in the long run, firm can change their output by increasing their fixed equipment. In the long run, farm can change their output. Farm can change their output by increasing their fixed input. In the long run, farm can change their output. Output can be changed by increasing their fixed input, fixed equipment. Fixed equipment means कौन land. Land है किंबा तार जो machineries है सेटा को जति कौन सेटा को expand करूची extension करूची तार output रे तार गोटे positive impact आसेबो. Okay, if they are reducing their equipment, if reducing variable factors, then there may be a negative returns to their output. They can enlarge the old plant and replace them by new plant or add new plants. They can hire more efficient labor. They can hire more more um, technology to their plants so that they can get a positive impact to their output. Okay. Thus, the condition for the long-run equilibrium, perfectly competitive firm can be written as a, this is the condition. Condition for equilibrium, long-run equilibrium, perfectly competitive firm. Marginal cost is a marginal cost equal to minimum average cost. Okay, marginal cost equal to minimum average cost. This is the condition for long-run equilibrium, perfectly competitive firm. Okay, here look at this diagram. The condition for long-run equilibrium of the firm under perfect competition can be easily understood with this help of diagram where LSC, what is LSC? Long-run average cost curve. LSC is the long-run average cost curve and LMC, long-run marginal cost curve. This is LSC and this is LMC. The firm under perfect competition cannot be in the long-run equilibrium. The firm under perfect competition cannot be in the long run equilibrium at price OP, at price OP dash. This is OP dash. P is not mentioned here, but you should assume that this is the price P. But because through the firm under perfect competition cannot be in equilibrium at price OP dash. It is not possible for the firm to be in equilibrium at OP, price OP, because through the price OP equal to MC, it is equal to MC at point G, because it will be equilibrium at point G. Okay, price equal to what is the equilibrium? MR equal to MC. It will be equilibrium. MR equal to MC, or whatever the condition here we have assumed that the long run equilibrium. Sorry, forget about MR equal to MC. That is perfect competition. Here we are talking about the long run equilibrium perfectly competitive firm. So I'm short run देखुଥିଲେ. Here there is a long run equilibrium perfectly competitive firm can be written price equal to marginal cost equal to minimum average cost. At this point, this is not OP is not the equilibrium price because why OP is not equilibrium price? The firm under perfect competition cannot be equilibrium in the price OP because the price OP equals MC. The price OP equals MC at point G. Marginal cost price SC equal to marginal cost equal to average variable cost at point A, at point G, not at point F. Okay, that's why but it is greater than the average cost G, but it is greater than the average cost at this output. Therefore, firm will be earning supernormal profit. Here's the firm is earning supernormal profit. Therefore, there is a equilibrium at point G, which leads to corresponding LSC at A. At this point, AR equal to MR equal to price. Okay, this is written here. You may read. Since all firms are assumed to be identical, all would be earning supernormal profit. Hence, there will be attraction for new firms to enter in the industry. Since all the firms are identical under perfect competition, all the firms are identical, they are selling identical product, and there will be attraction for the new firm to enter the industries. Since they are all getting profit, supernormal profit, the new firm will find motivation to enter that industries. As a result, price will be pushed down to the level of fee. That's why price will be pushed down at the OP, the farm equilibrium at FA and corresponding to the OQ output. Okay. At the initial phase, they are not equilibrium. At that, when the new farms enter, when the new farm enters, they are shifting. New farm enters, they are shifting the equilibrium point from point G to point FA, and that leads to the equilibrium price OP as to OQ. Okay, you should simply remember this the definition or the condition: price equal to marginal cost equal to price equal to marginal cost, which is equal to minimum average cost. Okay, this is written here. Just to conclude that price OP, the farm under perfect competition is in equilibrium in the long run when price equal to MC and MC equal to minimum AC. Okay. Mandela. Then comes to the monopoly. What is monopoly? Monopoly is a market type of market structure where single seller or producer control the entire supply. There is a single seller or the producer control the entire supply of product or service with no close substitute. Here there is no close substitute. Suppose here there is perfect example of monopoly is Indian Railway. There is no close substitute for Indian Railway. Okay, this gives the monopolist significant market power to influence the price and output. Since there is only one seller selling goods and services, they're having the significant market power in the economy. Suppose your right now you have Tata Power, they're supplying electricity. They are playing the monopoly role in the market. What are the features of the it's simple. Remember the definition of monopoly. Monopoly market is a type of market structure where single seller or producer control the entire supply of product or service with no close substitute. Here the single seller, mono means single, poly means the market. Here there is a single seller who is dominating the entire supply with no close substitute, with the absence of close substitute. If there is a close substitute available, then that monopoly cannot dominate the entire market. Okay. What are the features of the monopoly? There is a single seller, only one firm controls the entire market. Here is the only one firm that controls the entire market. No close substitute available. The product offered has no close or perfect substitute. The product offered has no close or perfect substitute. There is no close and perfect substitute for the example. Indian Railway, there is no perfect or close substitute for Indian Railway. Government is only providing that service to the people's. Price maker, monopolist can set the price since it controls the supply. And in the perfect competition, the price is set by the price determination took place in the market by the forces of demand and the supply. But here monopoly, since the monopoly dominate entire market, there is no close substitute available. Monopolist can set the price since it controls the supply. Supply is controlled by monopoly. That's why he will set the price. In order to get higher profit, he will set the price as per his profit requirement, as per his own convenience. High barriers to entry. In perfect competition, everybody is allowed. But in all the buyers, and since they possess the characteristics of all large number of buyers and sellers. But in case of monopoly, there is a high barriers to entry, and other firms, new firms cannot make a entry to that business, since there is no close substitute available. Since monopoly enjoy the single supplier of that product. high barriers to entry, limited consumer choice. Consumer have no alternative source for the product. Consumer पाखरे किसी अलगा choice नहीं. Indian rule. We have suppose you have planned to travel from Bhubaneswar to any other place by rail, then you have to purchase the railway ticket from the government. There is no other option if you are planning to travel in the railway. Okay. Limited consumer choice. Consumer have no alternative source for the product. Consumer पाखरे आउ किछि source नहीं. Profit maximization. Monopolist aims to maximize profit by producing where MC equal to MR. How monopoly is maximizing profit? There is a condition when MC equal to MR. MC equal to marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. Price discrimination is also possible. Price discrimination means charging different price to different consumers. There is different degree of price discrimination. Okay. A monopolist may charge different price to different consumer for same product if it can identify and segment it. You will find price discrimination in case of there is a student discount, senior citizen discount. Those who are traveling in MOBUS, you will find that is a discount like a senior citizen discount. Okay. They're charging different price to different consumers. Railway is also charging different price to different consumer. Those who are traveling daily, they are getting less amount of fare. Those who are traveling occasionally, they are paying more amount as per the fare set by the railway department. Okay. These are the features of a monopoly. Is it clear to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then comes the short-run equilibrium under monopoly. Like perfect competition, we will also analyze the different condition for the long-run equilibrium. Okay, long-run, short-run equilibrium. Short period, it refers to the time period in which monopolist has to work with a given existing plant. In other words, the monopolist cannot change the fixed factor. In the short run, it is not possible for the monopolist firm to change the fixed factor like a plant, machinery. It is in the short period, but in the long period, he has to change everything. He can change the variable factors, can change the fixed factor. In this period, the monopolist enjoys the supernormal profit and normal profit. In this period, the monopolist can enjoy supernormal profit, normal profit, or sustained loss. There are three possibilities. Monopolist may enjoy supernormal profit, monopolist may bear loss, monopolist may enjoy normal profit. Okay, we'll understand in details about the normal profit, how monopolist get normal. First, we will understand how monopolist get supernormal profit. Okay. Okay. If the price determined by the monopolist is more than AC, you will get a supernormal profit. If price determination by monopolist more than AC, what is AC? AC is the average cost. If the average cost to adhika price re sell karuchi, then you will definitely get profit. The monopolist will produce up to the level where MC equal to MR. The monopolist will produce up to the level to the reach MC equal to MR, marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. That is a marginal cost. Marginal cost is the additional cost that farm bears while producing one more units of output. Marginal revenue is the additional revenue that farm gets while selling that goods and services. The limit will indicate equilibrium point, equilibrium output. When the monopolist reach MC equal to MR, that is the equilibrium point. Okay, or equilibrium output. Look at this figure. Here, output measured on the x-axis, price on the y-axis. Here, output is measured on the x-axis, price is measured on the y-axis. SSC and SMC are the short-run. SSC, what is SSC? Short-run average cost, and SMC is the short-run marginal cost. Respectively, while AR and MR are the average and marginal revenue curve. AR and MR is the average revenue and marginal revenue curve. SMC is the short-run marginal cost curve. SSC is the short-run average cost curve. Okay. price is denoted in the y-axis, output is denoted on the x-axis. The monopolist is in equilibrium at point E. The monopolist is in equilibrium at point E because at point E, look at this diagram. At point E, both the condition of equilibrium is fulfilled. Both the condition of equilibrium fulfilled. MC equal to MR. This condition is fulfilled. MC equal to MR here. This is the MR curve. This is the MC curve. At this point, MC equal to MR. MC intersect the MR curve from below. These are the condition. MC intersect the MR curve from below. Here, MC curve intersect the MR curve from below. At this level of equilibrium, monopolist will produced OQ1 level of output. Here, monopolist is produced OQ1 level of output and sell it, here monopolist is producing OQ1 level of output and sell it at CQ1 price. CQ1 price means he is producing OQ1 output and he will sell output to at the price CQ1. CQ1 corresponding to OA. Okay, which is more than DQ1, Here monopoly is producing OQ output and selling at a CQ1, or you can say the OA1 price, and which is more than the DQ1. DQ1 means it is more than the OP. That's right. Therefore, in this case, total profit of the monopolist will be equal to the ABTC. Here, monopolist is producing equilibrium output to OQ1 price. OQ1 output is produced and it is sold at the price OA. Which is at sell the price at CQ1, which is corresponding to the price OA, which is more than the DQ1, or you can say the OP1. That's why the monopoly farm is getting supernormal profit ABTC. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then comes to the normal profit. A monopolist in the short run would enjoy normal profit when average revenue is just equal to average cost. A monopolist in the short run would enjoy normal profit when average revenue is equal to average cost. Okay. Normal profit when average revenue equal to average cost. Okay. We know that average cost of production is inclusive of normal profit. We know that average cost of production is inclusive of a normal profit. Normal profit average cost include in the figure. Look at this figure. Farm is in equilibrium at point E. Why farm is equilibrium at point E? Because it intersects MR equal to MC. It intersects the MC curve at the point E. It intersects the MR curve at point E. That's why E is the equilibrium point. Your marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. MR equal to MC. The farm is producing OM level of output. Here, farm is producing OM1 level of output. At OM level of output, average cost curve touches the average revenue curve at point R. At OM level of output, here output is how much output is producing. OM level of output is farm is producing. At OM level of output, average cost curve touches the average revenue curve, average cost curve. This is SSC. What is SSC? Average cost curve touches the average revenue curve at point R. Average revenue curve at point R. R को touch करछि. Therefore, P is the price. Therefore, P is the corresponding to R. There is a P. P is the price. MR is equal to here. MR is equal to average cost of the total product. In this way, monopoly firm enjoy normal profit. आमे कौन पढ़िले एठी फर्स्ट कंडीशन मन पकाओ. Monopolist in the short run would enjoy normal profit and average revenue just equal to average cost curve. Here is the equilibrium MR equal to MC at point E. Here short run average cost SSC intersect AR curve. SC intersect the air, touches the air, don't intersect, it touches the air curve at point R. That's why SSC AC equal to air at point R, which leads to the price equilibrium quantity of OM produced, or OM output is produced at price OP. That's why there is a farm is enjoying only normal profit. Okay, is it clear? I hope is it clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
In the next class, we will discuss the monopolistic competition. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day. I'm leaving.
Hello, students. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hello.
ma'am.
Very good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning, dear. Chalo, let's start.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Start kariba pilamane.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Wait a moment. See, yesterday, wait a second. We have completed the contribution by F.W. Taylor and the contribution by Henry Fayol. Right? F.W. Taylor contribution, the techniques and some principles contributed by F.W. Taylor, and you have to remember the 14 principles of Henry Fayol. Apart from these, the Henry Fayol contributed many things like functions of management. Business must be divided into 6 categories. Apart from this, what are the qualities required for a manager? Right? And he contributed 14 principles of management, and you have to remember all the 14 principles. Okay? Today, we will discuss the last contributor, last in our syllabus. No? In our syllabus, there are 3 most eminent personalities are there: F.W. Taylor, Henry Fayol, and Elton Mayo. Right? F.W. Taylor was the father of scientific management. Already we have completed. Henry Fayol was the father of administrative management. Right? And now we will discuss something about Elton Mayo. Now, who is Elton Mayo and what was the contribution of Elton Mayo? See, Elton Mayo was the father of human relation approach. Right? Man rakhibo. W. Taylor was the father of scientific management, Henry Fayol administrative management, and Elton Mayo was the father of human relation approach. Means human relation movement रे से गोटे बहुत बड़ा contributor थिले. ହେଲା? Human relation or human resource management ଆମେ ଏଠି କହିପାରିବା. ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବା contributor the father of human resource management, Elton Mayo. First time in the world, no, Elton Mayo was the person who treated human being as a resource. That's why he was the father of human resource management and human relation approach also we can say. Before that, ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବା Elton Mayoଙ୍କ ପୂର୍ବରୁ organization ରେ ନା organization treated human being, that human resource department was not there. Personnel management department kind of things was there, no? So organization treated human being as a resource after the contribution of Elton Mayo. Elton Mayoଙ୍କ contribution ପରେ ଆମ ଲୋକମାନେ ମାନେ organization କହିଲା ନା ନା ଲୋକମାନେ employees workers ହଉଛନ୍ତି ମୋର resource. ସେଇ concept ଟା ସେଇଠୁ ପିଲାମାନେ start ହେଲା. ହେଲା? Elton Mayo was the person. First Elton Mayo କିଏ ଥିଲେ ପିଲାମାନେ? Elton Mayo, generally we can say he was the father of human relation approach, we know that. And he was the professor of Harvard Business Schools of Management. ସିଏ ଥିଲେ କୋଉଠି ନା Harvard Business School of Management ର professors ଥିଲେ. Right? And he experimented, ସେ experiment କରିଥିଲେ in a Hawthorne plant. ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି Hawthorne plant. Now Hawthorne experiment କଣ? ଆଉ Elton Mayo କଣ ସେଠି କରିଥିଲେ? See, Hawthorne plant, it was a telephone wearing company, means electronics item manufacturing company. It was situated at the western USA. Right? It is, we can say it is a General Electric company. It was situated at the western USA. Right? In that particular area, in the that western USA, that electronic company, telephone wearing company, manufacturing company, That name of the company was Hawthorne. Hela. Western USA रे गोटे company थिला. It was a very, very big company. No? Around more than 30,000. ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବା 30,000 ଅଧିକ ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁଥିଲେ ସେଠି. 30,000 ରୁ ଅଧିକ ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁଥିଲେ ସେ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରୋନିକ୍ସ କମ୍ପାନୀରେ, ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି ହଥନ୍ ତା ନାଁ ଥିଲା ହଥନ୍, ସେ କମ୍ପାନୀର ନାଁ ଥିଲା ହଥନ୍। ସେଇଠି ଏଲଟନ୍ ମାୟୋ and his associates, ତାଙ୍କ associates ଆଉ 4 ଜଣ ମିଶିକି, right, ସେମାନେ ହାର୍ଭାର୍ଡ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟିର ପ୍ରଫେସର ଥିଲେ। All this group of persons experimented in that particular area in the Hawthorne plant. That's why we can call it as a Hawthorne experiment. Hela, kahinki ma'am said experiment kale? What was the causes of experiment? कौन experiment कले और कारण कौन थिला experiment करिबार? Dear students, Hawthorne plant जो थिला बड़ा big plant था, more than 30,000 workers काम करथिले, right? So धीरे धीरे कौन हला से plant रे situation बहुत deterioration आड़ को गला. No? The Hawthorne plant faced lot of problem like decrease of production, employee dissatisfaction, employee absenteeism, employee turnover, right? Variety kind of accidents, variety kind of situation faced by Hawthorne plant, right? It was a big electronic company, no? Western USA. And due to this reason, say Hawthorne plant, Elton Mayonkara bhi, sorry, F.W. Taylor bhi concept adopt kala, Henry Falker concept adopt kala, still tara organization kon hela pura downfall hobare lagila. Now, ସେଇଠୁ Hawthorne plant ର ଯୋଉ manager ଥିଲେ, ତାନା ରୁସନାନ ବଗର୍ନା ଗୋଟେ ନାଁଟା ହେଲା ନେମଟା, ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଲୋକ କଣ କଲେ ନା ସେ ଗଲେ ଏଲଟନ ମାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ, କି ଏଲଟନ ମାଙ୍କ ଏଲଟନ ମା and his associate ଯିଏ ଥିଲେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଯାଇ କହିଲେ କି ଆମର ଏୟା situation, how we can overcome from these situations, what we have to do so that our production will be increased, and all the situation means the employee dissatisfaction, employee turnover, kind of variety kind of accident, and all those things, it must be decreased and production must be increased, right? So CA तांको को जेतले जाइकी consult कले से manager, factory manager, Elton Mayo and his associates, ଆଉ 3 ଜଣ plus factory manager, ଏଇ जो group 4 to 5% ମିଶିକି ଏଠି experiment कले what is the causes, and at that time, no, what is the causes of such kind of situation of this factory? तो सी 4टा phase रे experiment करथिले पिला माने. 4 phase of experiment did by Hawthorne, did by Elton Mayo. कौन अछि 4टा phase of experiment? ना गोटे थिला part 1 illumination experiment कोठी करथिले पिला माने Hawthorne plant रे, मन रखिबो हला. कौन reason already बुझी गलो सब है ना. 4टा phase रे से experiment करथिले. First part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. The 4 parts or 4 phase of Hawthorne experiment. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 also we can say. Phase 1, illumination experiment. Phase 2, relay assembly test room study. Phase 3, mass interviewing program. And phase 4, bank wiring observation and room experiments. Right? Illumination experiment 1924 to 27. Relay assembly test room study 27 to 29. Interviewing program 28 to 30. And bank wiring observation 32. 30 to 32. So ultimately we can say the experiment took place in that particular area 1924 to 1932. Right? So on an average we can say 1924 to 1932 on an average 8 to 10 years. 32 to 33 पर्यंत से extend करथिले 24 to, right? So here we can say he experimented and on an average 10 years. जदि आमे कहबा 10 वर्ष पर्यंत से सेठी एक्सपेरिमेंट करथले बेसिकली हम जदि कहबा एटा गोटे छोट टाइम नुह इट इज अ वेरी बिग टाइम नो से जोटा कि स्पेंड करथले कोठी हॉथन प्लांट रे तो पिला माने आ माने सब कोन इल्यूमिनेशन एक्सपेरिमेंट रिले असेंबली टेस्ट रूम स्टडी से तो 10 इयर्स मैडम स्टडी स्पेंड करी के एक्सपेरिमेंट करले तो माने सब कोन आरो कंक्लूजन कोन हैला Elton FW Taylor और Henry Falco to a completely different experiment पिला माने हाँ ये तो साइंटिफिक का कांसेप्ट अडॉप्ट कले ये तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव को स्ट्रांग कले बट ये कहा को रिसर्च कले लोकों को रिसर्च करिवे ना देखिबा हैला काहे कि अल्टीमेटली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तो इतने बड़ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हाँ डाउनफॉल ताहले काहे कि होतला जदि एते एक्सपेरिमेंट एते सब स्ट्रांग सब फैक्टर थिला ताहले डाउनफॉल काहे कि होतला से सेटा को एक्सपेरिमेंट करिवे तो पिला माने से फर्स्ट पार्ट 1 रे कोन कले एल्टन मायो एंड हिज एसोसिएट राइट he started the experiment related to illumination illumination माने कोन रे पिला माने illumination माने हला लाइट हां illuminated means lighting तो से कोन कले in the first page he tried to analysis whether any connection between illumination it means light towards the production and productivity is there any relation between light to production and productivity due to the illumination due to the light no maybe production productivity it may be decreased सेहिति पई से फर्स्ट कोन कले आको कोरिलेशन करबा स्टार्ट कले पार्ट 1 रे 1924 to 27 4 years he spent in that particular experiment right तो इति से कोन कले पिला माने ध्यान रे सुनिबो एटा को तो कोन कले ना illumination experiment he the lightning experiment he what he did he separate two group of employees right two group of employees in a two room dita group employee को दुईटा room रे से रखिले group suppose group A the name of the group was the control group and group B the name of the group was test group हैला ग्रुप ए रो ना देले कंट्रोल ग्रुप ग्रुप बी रो ना देले टेस्ट ग्रुप हैला तो एटी कोन करले ना दिस टू ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल हां दीटा को ग्रुप थिले द टू ग्रुप ऑफ पर्सन्स बिलोंग्स टू ए फीमेल वर्कर्स ईच ग्रुप हैविंग 6 फीमेल वर्कर्स दीटा ग्रुप करले ग्रुप ए रो ना देले कंट्रोल ग्रुप ग्रुप बी रो ना देले टेस्ट ग्रुप हैला ग्रुप ए रे की थिले दीटा को फीमेल वर्कर्स थिले हैला ईच ग्रुप हैविंग 6 फीमेल वर्कर त माने ग्रुप ए कंट्रोल ग्रुप रे 6 जन और टेस्ट ग्रुप रे 6 जन फीमेल वर्कर रहिले राइट एंड इट वाज ए सेपरेट रूम इट वर सिलेक्टेड इन ए सेपरेट टू सेपरेट रूम राइट एंड both the group having same type of task each group A having and group B both the group having same type of task allotted by Elton Mayo right and here group A जो group A थिला at that area control group the light was constant and the group B the test group the light it was varying माने vary करथला time to time situation to situation but group A रे light ता पूरा constant देले से similar kind of activity similar kind of task allotted by Elton Mayo group A the illumination was constant and group B the illumination was varying माने vary करथला intensity of illumination it was very time to time and situation to situation हैला तो इटु कोन हैला so in this particular area after analyzed by Elton Mayo around 4 years 4 वर्ष पर्यंत देखिले हैला तो एटु से एनालिसिस कले एग्जामिन कले the main examination of this situation to analysis is there any relationship between production and illumination right आउटपुट सहित इल्युमिनेशन रो कौन सिचुएशन अछि तो से देखिले द कंक्लूजन वाज देयर एटी कौन कंक्लूजन आसला पिला माने he identified there was no the study identified there is no significant correlation between productivity to the level of illumination କାହିଁକି ନା ଗ୍ରୁପ ଏ ରେ जो ଲାଇଟ ଟା କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଥିଲା ସେଇଠି ଯେତିକି ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ହଉଥିଲା ଗ୍ରୁପ ବି ରେ जो ଲାଇଟ ଟା ଭେରି କରୁଥିଲା as per the situation ସେଇଠି ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ସେତିକି ହଉଥିଲା ରାଇଟ ତ illumination ସିଏ ଦେଖିଲେ କି maybe this group are under observation maybe this group are maybe due to some other factor is there due to this reason it may be the production it may be same of the group A and group B group A ର group B ର production it may be same ରହୁଛି ହେଲା କାହିଁକି ultimately after 4 years 4 ବର୍ଷ analysis କଲା ପରେ ସେ ଦେଖିଲେ କଣ there is no significant correlation between productivity and level of illumination right so he identified it may be karan ethi kon hela when the intensity of light was increased the output also increased when the intensity of illumination decreased the production continued in both the group ଯେତେବେଳେ ଇନକ୍ରିଜ ହେଇ ଚାଲୁଥିଲା ଲାଇଟ ଟା ସେ ଇନକ୍ରିଜ ହଉଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ଯାହା ଥିଲା ଯେତେବେଳେ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ରହୁଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ ବି ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ସେୟା ରହିଲା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡିକ୍ରିଜ ହେଲା ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ସେୟା ହିଁ ରହିଲା ସୋ ତା ମାନେ କଣ ହେଲା there is no correlation between light and production ଆର କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ନାହିଁ ଏଇଠି so some other reason it may be there some physical factor some other reason it may be there that's why production it may be decreased that things identified by Elton Mayo and his associates right that's why से को स्टेप को गले रे स्टेप 2 को गले न तो स्टेप 1 जदि एटी जदि किछि कंक्लूजन बाहरी थांता कि यस the relation between it is the completely the relationship between production to illumination due to the light system this is a system of light means it is the factors these are the factors of in this particular area lightning system that's why production it may be decreased or production it may be increased जदि এই situation identify कर देथांते conclusion draw कर देथांते ताले सेही study सर जाइथांता so सी किछि conclusion सेटु बाहरिलानी सेति पय से कोन कले part 2 को गले part 2 केते कले रे 1927 to 29 बुझिलो कि पिला माने पार्ट 1 टा कोन कहिली इल्युमिनेशन एक्सपेरिमेंट एमिति लेखिबो जहा मु पढेइली स्टूडेंट्स
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes,
क्लियर
ma'am.
तो जहा कहिली क्लियर बुझिलो तो कोन कहिली
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
हां एमिति लेखिबा को ए मु जहा कहिली कंट्रोल ए कंट्रोल ग्रुप ए ग्रुप बी कंट्रोल ग्रुप टेस्ट ग्रुप हां भेरी करथला रिलेशनशिप सब जहा ताको स्टोरी करी गुटे सुंदर भाबरे ताको एक्सप्लेन करिवो हैला So the failure, I mean, conclusion, there is no conclusion in the part 1. That's why part 2 conducted by and experimented by Elton Mayo and his associates. And part 2 is the relay assembly test room study. Relay assembly test room study रे कौन कले? येटी कौन कले? से same जिंसों को extend कले. कौन same जिंसों को extend कले मैम? See, here he again to identify the conclusion was that there is no relation between production and illumination. Then he identified a group of girls. Out रे गोटे group of girls को से identify कले. Relay assembly test room study रे. हैला. And in that group of girls, जो गोटे group of girls को से identify कले, the group of girls are all they knowing to each other. Six girls basically identified by Elton Mayo and 6 girls are knowing to each other समस्ते को जानी थिले and all the girls are friendly to each other समस्ते को सहित friendly थिले भलो relation भलो contact थिला हैला and they Elton Mayo assigned some task समान को गोटे रूम रे रखा गला गोटे रूम माने कोन गोटे छोटे रूम की गोटे बड़ एरिया समान को दिया गला हाँ मशीन जहाँ जहाँ तांकर काम करिवार अछि इक्विपमेंट सब प्रोवाइड करा गला and that group was a very formal group and atmosphere supervision that control by the Elton Mayo and task also assigned by Elton Mayo to that particular group of girls है से ग्रुप ऑफ गर्ल्स को कौन करा गला टास्क असाइन करा गला कंट्रोल रखले सुपरविजन कले सब कले किए एल्टन मायो तो ये कौन कले जते बेले से ये असाइन कले काम टास्क असाइन कले रिलेटेड टू गर्ल्स तो फास्ट से देखिले हमर तो ए सहित किछ संपर्क नै ताहला हम आइडेंटिफाई कोन करबा ना व्हाट आर द थिंग्स रिक्वायर्ड बाय द गर्ल्स इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया से कोन कले कहले जो माने तो माने को सब कोन दरकार को so what are the things I have to support you what are the things I have to help you so that you can work properly conveniently so as per the requirement of the girls Elton Mayo sought provide that much of things to the girls right ଆଉ ସମସ୍ତେ ତ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡଲି ଜେନରାଲି ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡଲି ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟ ଭଲରେ କାମ କରିବେ ହେଲା ସୋ ସେମାନେ କାମ କରିବା ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କଲେ ଅଣ୍ଡର ଦି ସୁପରଭିଜନ ଆଣ୍ଡ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ବାଇ ଏଲ୍ଟନ ମାୟୋ ଆଣ୍ଡ ହିଜ ଆସୋସିଏଟ୍ସ ତ ଏଇଠୁ ଏଲ୍ଟନ ମାୟୋ କଣ କଲେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହେଲା ଏଲ୍ଟନ ମାୟୋ try to provide some kind of different factor physical convenient factor towards the group of girls so that to identify whether through this the production will increase or not तो से कौन फिजिकल फैक्टर प्रोवाइड कले पिला माने एठी ना से फास्ट रे कौन कले he said to the group of girls see if you will increase your production and productivity then as per the production productivity we will provide extra amount financial benefit we will provide right जदि तमे प्रोडक्शन प्रोडक्टिविटी एनहांस करिवो ताहले आमे फाइनेंशियल प्रोवाइड तुमको फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट आमे तुमको एक्स्ट्रा देबो and instead of apart from your wages we will provide some kind of incentive system adopted by Elton Mayo and his associate towards the group of girls हैला सी कहले जदि तुम माने प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेबो ताहले आमे तुमको प्रोडक्शन जिते बढ़ेबो सेते आमे तुमको इंसेंटिव दे जीवो right and he identified that based on the extra pay factor added by Elton Mayo so productivity increase in comparison to before production productivity no jaha before होतला से कोन हला increase करिबारे लागिला production productivity so some kind of apart from the normal wages generally some तो wage दिया जाउतला हैला कमन से low level रे थिले so apart from the wages while some another financial benefit introduced by that person then he identified that he noticed that production increased then after he introduced some kind of rest interval right at that moment जेते हमें सही मोमेंट को जिबा 18-19 सेंचुरी रे रेस्ट इंटरवल बोली किछि नथिला लोक माने आस्तले गध मान को परी पूरा कंटिन्यू खटुथिले जाउथिले सरला काम जाउथिले and instead of that समाने कोन करथिले माने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कोन करथिले रे पेड वेरी लिटिल वेजेस very small wages जोटा कि समान को बेसिक नीड भी फुलफिल हो पार नथला राइट so she said to conquer apart from the financial benefit he introduced some rest interval towards the group of girls hela rest interval introduce kale kona na 10 minutes at the morning session 10 minutes at the evening session it means afternoon session rest interval jota ki sie introduce kale 10 minutes morning रे 10 minutes afternoon रे जिते बेले देखिले after the rest interval this kind of things means this facility provided by the factory then what happened ultimately after this production increase हबा लागिला से कहले अच्छा हमें गोटे काम करिबा काहे कि 10 मिनिट सकाळ 10 मिनिट हम उपरल देबा हमें 5 मिनिट कोन करिबा चारिटा देबा फर्स्ट हाफ रे 5 मिनिट दीटा सेकंड हाफ रे 5 मिनिट दीटा हैला जेते एटा इंट्रोड्यूस कले फ्रीक्वेंटली रेस्ट इंटरवल जेते इंट्रोड्यूस हैला सेते बेले कोन हैला पिला मन जानछो प्रोडक्शन डिक्रीज करिबा लागिला अरे की कथा तम मानको जेते हमें ଅଧିକ ରେଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭାଲ ଦେଲୁ ତାହେଲେ ତମର ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍शन କାହିଁ କମିଲାରେ ବଢିବା କଥା। Girls complained that the frequent rest interval affected the continuous and the rhythm of the work. ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ସାର୍ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମକୁ ଆପଣ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁଅସ ଫ୍ରିକ୍ୱେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି ଆମର ମନଟା କୋଉଠି ରହୁଛି ରେଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭାଲ କେତେବେଳେ ହବ ହେଲା। ତ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର କଣ ହଉଛି କାମର ଫୋର୍ସ ଟା କମି ଯାଉଛି। So instead of ସେଇଠୁ ସେ realized କଲେ no instead of frequent rest interval we have to provide some long term rest interval. Long means it is the time rest interval so that the production it can be increased. ପିଲାମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡରେ ଗୋଟେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଆଜି କ୍ଲାସ ଅଛି କ୍ଲାସ ଅଛି କାଲିକି ଦବନି ବାବୁ କାଲି ସକାଳୁ ପଳେଇବି ହେଲା ସକାଳୁ ପଳେଇବି। ହେଲା ପିଲାମାନେ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Yes, ma'am.
ହଁ ବୁଝୁଛ ତ ଯାହା ପଢଉଛି କହୁଛି।
Yes, ma'am.
Agya, ma'am.
ଓକେ ଓକେ ହେଲା ତ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟରେ କଣ ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଡ୍ୟୁସ କଲେ ଇନସେଣ୍ଟିଭ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ରେଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭାଲ ରାଇଟ୍ ଦେନ୍ after he introduced ମନେ ରଖିବ ୟାକୁ ସବୁ then after he introduced what na some kind of snacks some kind of soup no coffee towards the group of girls. It means apart from these the 10 minutes rest interval he introduced coffee and soup in the morning session and some kind of snacks in the second half afternoon session, right? Sandwich kind of things, no, some kind of snacks introduced by afternoon session. So he noticed that through these production again increased. Then he adapted देखो केते प्रकार से अडप्ट करी करी एनालिसिस करछन्ती केते रु 27 रु 29 3 वर्ष फास्ट तो किछ कंक्लूजन बाहरलानी राइट प्रोडक्शन रो किछ फैक्टर पकैलानी तापर से इंट्रोड्यूस कोन कले ही से पिला माने जदी तमे कोन करिवो ना जदी गर्ल्स को कहले जदी तम माने 5 दिन भीतर प्रोडक्शन कंप्लीट कर देलो मंडे टू फ्राइडे देन आमे कोन करिवो तुमको सैटरडे रेस्ट दे दबो right change working hour working day eliminating Saturday we will eliminate the Saturday only you will come 5 day Monday to Friday if you will complete your task then Saturday Sunday we will provide you can take rest and holiday we can declare as a holiday so say to कौन कले production तो बढ़िला बहुत स्पीडी रे एंड सब काम भी कंप्लीट है बिफोर टाइम एंड से लीजर टाइम भी मिली गला ता छड़ा से आउरी इंट्रोड्यूस करथिले कहले कि तुमको जो हमें 5टा बेल को छुट्टी करछो जदी तुम 4टा बेल को काम कंप्लीट कर दबो ताहा हेले हमें तुमको 4 o'clock रे तुमको रिलीव कर दबो टाइम भी तंकर कमे दिया गला राइट सो प्रोडक्शन कारण क्विक क्विक सुनो हमें जतेले हमें फास्ट काम करबा आ गपिबानी किछि करबानी हैला पूरा रिलैक्सली फटाफट काम करबा ताहले हमर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी कमी जीवो सो 10 घंटा ये हबो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम होबा केमती 5 घंटा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम होबो केमती 7 दिन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम होबो केमती 6 दिन 5 दिन हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हमर जति हेबा दरकार आ गोटे दिन फैक्ट्री प्रोडक्शन किति की इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम होची सो से अनुसार से सब एनालिसिस करिवो खाइबा रहिबा से मानकर खाइबा से मानको दबा से माने जीवा आसीबा बहुत सारा माने फैक्टर यूज होची तो हम ताको रिड्यूस कर दब राइट किंतु सेति की काम हबो काम कमिबा हबो कमिले हबनी So pilamane, he introduced variety kind of physical facility towards the group of girls to identify whether the production increased or decreased. So each factor introduced by Elton Mayo, he noticed that introduced of each factor, right? He noticed that, right? So production increased, belongingness increased, discipline, sincerity increased, right? And supervision, the decrease the supervision ବାରମ୍ବାର ଆଉ କହିବାକୁ ପଡିଲା ନା ରେ ଏ କାମ କର ସେ କାମ କର ସେମାନେ କହିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ already ଏଲଟନ ମାୟ କହିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ already girls complete କରିଦେଇଥିବେ ସାର୍ ଆମେ complete କରି ସାରିଛୁ ଆଉ supervision control ବି ଏତେ ଦରକାର ପଡିଲାନି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ absenteeism decreased, right? ଯେତେ ପ୍ରକାର ସବୁ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଥିଲା ସେ ସବୁ ଡିକ୍ରିଜ୍ ହେଲା ଆଉ କଣ ହେଲା ପିଲାମାନେ production increase ହେଲା supervision decrease ହେଲା production increase ହେଲା right? So ସେଇଠୁ ସେ କଣ କଲେ he identified in this particular area no whatever may be the facility see ଏଟା ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ବଡ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଥିଲା 30,000 ଅଧିକ ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁଥିଲେ already ମୁଁ କହିଛି right? ସିଏ କହିଲେ organization may be having expensive means high expensive materials, no technology, machinery, equipment, infrastructure, building, everything it may be there. But without the proper contribution by human being, without proper contribution, belongingness by the employees, production cannot be increased. Organization cannot be sustained. So the contribution by human resource towards the organization, whatever may be the things is there, no tame कहबो मैडम आजिका डेट रे तो एआई आसी गलानी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सब काम कर दबो मनुष्य दरकार नहीं नो सेटा सेटा बिल्कुल भी नो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस करिवो ताको भी ऑपरेट के करिवो मनुष्य ही ऑपरेट करिवो बट हमर कामटा औरी क्विक हे परिवो क्विक फास्ट हे परिवो हम आउरी माने पूरा फास्टेस्ट वे रे हम जाई परिबा फास्टेस्ट वे रे बुझिलो ना क्षिप्र गति रे हम दौड़ी परिबा सो अल्टीमेटली से एठू आइडेंटिफाई करले देन से कौन करथिले थर्ड फेज रे मास इंटरव्यूइंग प्रोग्राम 1928 to 30 राइट से मास इंटरव्यूइंग प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट कले एठू से कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ कला परे जते बेले जानिले या सब सिचुएशन सेठू से इंटरव्यू करबा स्टार्ट कले लोकन को नो if such kind of situation it is there in the organization then we have to identify each and every employee's need and expectation towards the organization and what basically say identify kale what was the things provided by the organization towards the employee and what is the contribution by the employees towards the organization, right? And whether the employees are satisfied or dissatisfied towards the organization. लोक माने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रति सैटिस्फाई अछंती कि डिसैटिस्फाई अछंती कारण सेटा गोटे मेजर फैक्टर कोची कोथि पई ना ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रोडक्टिविटी प्रोडक्शन सो सेटू से कोन कले ही try to identify he and his associates identified and no kon korthile na semane kon korthile na he conducted a interviewing program right apart from physical facility kon au darkar porchi lokon ko se interview create करते identify करथिले right so एटी 3 वर्ष से interview करथिले लोकन को to identify the attitude the behavior of the employees towards the organization and the job, right? What was the worker behavior? Whether the worker's behavior is positive or negative towards the organization and the work and job. से गोटे गोटे लोक मान पाखु जाई से ये करथिले इंटरव्यूइंग प्रोग्राम गोटे गोटे लोकन पाखु जते सफिशिएंट हेलानी बहुत टाइम लागिवो से मास इंटरव्यूइंग प्रोग्राम क्रिएट करथिले मास इंटरव्यूइंग माने गोटे गोटे सेक्शन वाइज डिपार्टमेंट वाइज धर गोटे डिपार्टमेंट है कौन प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट ग्राइंडिंग एरिया रे 50 जन काम कर चलो से 50 जन को पचारिबा कौन पचारिबा से फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट टू क्रिएट अ फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट कोठु आछंती कौन करछंती व्हाट इज योर बेसिकली द एक्टिविटी तमरो फैमिली रे के रहउचंती तम के हाउ मच सैलरी यू आर गेटिंग आर यू सैटिस्फाइड और नॉट ए टाइप रो से डिस्कशन करिबारे स्टार्ट कल मास इंटरव्यूइंग प्रोग्राम रे राइट सो से टू से ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई एटू त काहे के एटा कले ना ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई द बिहेवियर of the employees towards the organization तो सेठू से जानिबे जदि लोकन को बिहेवियर ठीक अछि ताले ठीक अछि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जदि लोकन को बिहेवियर ठीक नै ताले ठीक नै तो टू नो तो इडी कोन कले रे पिला माने मु कोन कहली ग्रुप स्मॉल ग्रुप जते सब अछते इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर टू आइडेंटिफाई द इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर इन ए ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल तापरे कोन गला बैंक वायरिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड रूम एक्सपेरिमेंट आ माने कोन हला बैंक वायरिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड रूम एक्सपेरिमेंट एल्टे जोडी ये थिला कोडी हर्थन प्लांट नियरेस्ट हर्थन प्लांट गोटे बैंक थिला बैंक रो कोन ना नुआ बैंक गोटे काम चलथिला नुआ बैंक रे हर्थन प्लांट तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी थिला इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स काम फोन लाइट ए सब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी सो एट रे किछि लोक जाय कि सेठी कोन करथिले वायरिंग टेलीफोन तार ए सब काम करथिले अराउंड 7 to 8 people 10 people मैक्सिमम थिले हैला तो सेठी से कोन करथिले बैंक वायरिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड रूम एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन देखो सेकंड टा कोन कले इंटरव्यू माने इंटरेक्शन करथिले फोर्थ टा फोर्थ टा कोन कले ऑब्जर्वेशन माने देखुथिले से मानको से माने कोन करूचंती हैला कोन लोक माने सेठी वेदर से जो 10 रु 14 जन अराउंड से लेको कुआ जाउची 10 to 14 एम्प्लॉय वर्कर्स were they working at that particular area so say to say kon karthile to find out the effort of group of workers towards the work whether the group of workers working properly or not if they are not working properly then what was the causes सो एई टाइप प्रोसेस सेटू कोन करथिले ऑब्जर्व करके ट्राई करथिले एनालिसिस करिबा पई ना लोक माने टीम रे केमती काम करचंती to identify to study the behavior of group of employee towards the work हैला सो एई टू से बहुत सारा आइडेंटिफाई करथिले से माने लोक माने काम कर नथिले सेटू से ग्रुप इंसेंटिव इंट्रोड्यूस करथिले ग्रुप इंसेंटिव नो तुम जदि भल काम करिवो ताले हमें ग्रुप इंसेंटिव दबो जदि ग्रुप इंसेंटिव हमें दउछु ताले से माने लोक माने स्टिल काम करलेनी काई करलेनी ना गोटे लोक काम अधिक करछि गोटे लोक काम कम करिवो गोटे लोक बाहर कर देबे एंती ओवरऑल बहुत सारा सेडी सिचुएशंस देला राइट से ता ऊपर से बहुत सारा स्टेप नै कि एनालिसिस करके रिसर्च करथिले केते टाइम देखुछो हैला 32 रु 33 गोटे वर्ष राइट 30 रु 33 30 रु 30 रे सरला सेडू 31 रु 33 पर्यंत से रिसर्च करथले तो पिला माने ओवरऑली आमे कहिबा एल्टन मायो was the first person who tried to identify the behavior of the employee towards the organization. Try to identify it. He said organization may be whatever may be the things are there in the organization. Without human resource, without human being, organization cannot work. That's why the importance of human being, human resource, human being, tapare to resource koike treat kara gala, right? The importance of human being towards the organization, it is highly essential, right? ता पूर्वरु तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ट्रीट करथला वर्कर्स को आज ए मशीनरी आज ए मटेरियल आज ए प्रोडक्शन आज ए यूज एंड थ्रू कांसेप्ट ए पूरा अच्छी हिस्ट्री तार चागु जाई पडिबो एचआरएम पेपर हैला ए टू स्टार्ट हैला हमर कोन ह्यूमन रिसोर्स अप्रोच एंड ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट कांसेप्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ट्रीटेड human being as a resource based by the contribution of Elton Mayo only. That's why Elton Mayo is the father of what? Human resource management and human relation approach. Based on his contribution towards the society and organization, you know, What was the contribution by Elton Mayo and his associates? ପିଲାମାନେ ବୁଝିଲ ନା କିଛି ବୁଝିଲନି ନା ପୁରା ବୁଝିଗଲ ଆଉ explain କରିପାରିବ? Tell me. Students. Elton Mayo को contribution दे पूरा बुझिल ना किछि बुझिल ना ना मैम पूरा क्लियर ना लिखि परिबो ना लिखि परिबो
Yes, ma'am, we can write.
ताको एमिति स्टोरी करी कि लिखिबो हैला
Yes, ma'am.
पूरा चारटा को फेस को से कोन करथिले भाबी दियो एटा गुटे स्टोरी हां ताको चारटा को स्टोरी चारटा को फेस को ताको सुंदर भाबरे नरेट करी कि एक्सप्लेन करिवो हैला बट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर द फोर फेस चारटा को फेस को मन रखिबो and you have to explain based on the four phase. This is all about Elton Mayo, father of human relation approach. And contribution is completely different from others. Hela, clear na? Next Iba, pilamane.
Again.
Okay, so chalo. Wait a moment. Tomorrow, start kali planning and decision making. Hela. Planning and decision making. See, what is planning already we have completed. In the functions of management, the first step of the functions of management, primary functions of management, is the planning. Then after the planning, the other factors are there. Right? So what do you mean by planning? See, planning means what? Already I told you. Planning means deciding in advance. Deciding in advance what? Deciding in advance what to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do it. कौन करिबा, केतेबेले करिबा, काहींकी करिबा, और किए करिबो. Without this, we cannot complete the task. काम आमे complete करि परिबा नाही. It may be personally, it may be professionally. So according to Kunj O'Donnell, he defined planning. What do you mean by planning? Planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do, and how to do. Planning, we have to, before doing the task, before taking any kind of activity, before taking any kind of steps, planning is essential, planning is necessary. First, we have to identify what to do. कौन करिबी, when to do, केतेबेले करिबी, how to do, केमिति करिबी, मु तो करिबी, I will do. But यदि manager decide करिवे, then who will do it? What to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do it? किए करिबो organization रे? कौन करिबो, केतेले करिबो, केमिति करिबो, किए करिबो? But जेतले मो personal individual question होची, what to do, when to do, how to do, and ultimately, एटा तो मुई करिबी, I will do it, but केमिति करिबो? And it is basically, we can say, through this planning bridge the gap between present to future. Planning, without planning, nothing can possible. Through planning, everything can be possible. And it bridges the gap between present to future. Where we are right now, where we wanted to go. It can be possible through planning only. Right? So, planning is important. What is the importance of planning? Planning is important for every individual in a personal life point of view, as well as the organization for the professional point of view. Due to planning only, the level of efficiency, it can be increased. Efficiency, people will more effective, people will more efficient in the organization, it can be possible on the basis of planning only. Planning always reduce the risk and uncertainty. No, through planning, if we will take every step through proper planning, so definitely we will not face any kind of problem. Risk, uncertainty, everything it can be reduced. No, and planning also it enhance coordination, cooperation among the people. Through planning only, we can go for the decision making. We can go for the controlling. We can go for the organizing. We can go for the directing, staffing. Everything can be possible through planning only. It is a major and primary factor of management. Right? Through planning only, we can take decision. Now we will discuss one chapter related to decision making, and it can be possible through planning only. If through proper planning we will take the decision, then definitely we will not face any kind of situations in the future. And the decision, definitely the decision will be the wise and excellent decision will be there. So it may be the organizing, it may be the staffing, it may be the directing, controlling, decision making, motivating, communicating, everything can be possible through planning only. Without planning, nothing can be possible. Right? That's why planning is important for the organization. And ultimately, through proper planning, we can achieve the goal of the individual and goal of the organization. As individuals, we will achieve our objective and goal, no? And as an organization also achieve the goal and objective of the organization itself. So that's why planning is highly important and essential for every organization as well as the individuals. Now, what are the types of planning? There are different types of planning. And it is classified into various categories, right? So different types
previous
of planning.
slide, just 2 points left to right.
Okay. Over?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Done.
Okay. Done. Now, types of planning. See, it's classified into various categories. Now, what? The types of planning, it is broadly classified into formal, informal planning, short-term, long-term planning, standing and single-use planning, as per the levels of planning, as per the functional area of planning. So here, see, dear students, first one is the formal and informal planning. Obviously. Now, formal planning means what? Formal planning. Formal joti asigala mane, that is purely, that is the formal means official. Your and my relation is a formal relation. Your and my relation, is it informal relation? No, completely not. Your and my relation is purely formal relation. Why? Because created by organization and implementing by organization, and we are following everything by the rules and regulation of the organization only. Right? So whatever may be the talking between you and me, whatever may be the communication, it is purely formal. So why? Because created by the organization. Likewise, hey, kiଏ ସେଟା ପାର୍ଟି କଲା ଇଆଡେ ଅନ୍ କରିକି ସିଆଡେ କିଏ କଥା ହେଲା ରେ ହେଲା likewise, so formal planning, it is created by the office, created by the organization, right? It recognized by organization. And formal planning means whatever may be the things we will take, whatever may be the step we will take, no, by the organization will take. So on the basis of writing, on the basis of documentation, right? So it is basically, we can say, the everything it must be there in a formal factors, no? Instead, if we will compare formal planning to informal planning, suppose your and your friend's relation is informal, means you can basically, while you are communicating with your friends, no, you can communicate, casual talk also can be done, no? So informal planning is also like this. Here, strict kind of rules, regulations, no? Strict kind of approaches, it may not be required. Also writing things also it may not be required, informal planning. Verbal communication and implementation also can be no possible in that particular area. So instead of formal planning, it is more official. Instead of informal, if you can say informal planning, it is more casual. Like the formal planning is a relationship between you and your superior. Informal relation, you and your friend, likewise. So organization taking steps and doing activity based on the formal and informal. Then second one is the short-term and long-term planning. Now short-term planning also, it is a short duration of time. We know that. Long-term planning, it is the planning for the longer duration of time. It's only nothing, the difference, it is only the difference is short-term and long-term planning. Short-term, it is a time factor, duration factor. No? Short-term planning means we can plan for the short duration of time, means day-to-day activity, no day-to-day, how the people will work, day-to-day, how the organization will function properly, no? That is day-to-day system activity, all those things we can call as a short-term planning. Long-term planning, we will take a longer duration of time. No, if we will once we will plan and we will take this step, now it will continue. Frequently, we will not change the view in that particular area. Right? So short-term, long-term, it is nothing. It is only the time factor, duration factor. Right? Likewise, we will extend the factor related to standing plan and single-use plan. Standing plan, it is a long-term plan. Single-use plan, it is a certain plan. How, ma'am? Standing plan and single-use plan. Standing plan, what I told you, it is a long-term factor. And single-use plan, it is a short-term factor. Right? If we will take the example of standing plan and single-use plan. Standing plan, basically we can say, if we take the example of standing plan, organization strategies, right? Organization objective. While once we will fix the organization objective, then we have to stick on that. Frequently, we will not change our planning towards achieve the organizational objective. Likewise, strategies. Strategies is always long term. Once we will adapt one strategies, then definitely we will stick on that ultimately. No, we have to continue that strategy. Frequently changes, it may not be there in this strategy. Likewise, the organization policy, organization rules, organization rules, regulations, no? Organization rules, regulation, once we will fix, it will continue. ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ plan କରିକି step ନେଲେ କି ଆମେ ଏଇ rule କୁ implement କରିବା. Once ଆମେ implement କଲେ ନା, ତାକୁ continue କରିବା. ହେଲା? ସେଟା କ'ଣ ହବ? ସେଟା continue କରିବା. In a longer duration of time. ନା କି ଆଜି ଗୋଟେ rule fix କଲେ, tomorrow we will change the rule. Then after tomorrow we will fix some another rule. Then after we will change the rule. ସେଟା organization କ'ଣ ହବ କହିଲେ ଭାଙ୍ଗିଯିବ. Organization ହିଁ break ହେଇଯିବ. So, example standing plan, it is a long-term planning again. No? What are the standing plan? It will, once we will pilla mane, mute koriki sepote kotha habo. Once we will take this step in this particular area, then it will continue in a longer duration of time. Okay? So, for example, what I told you, organization objectives, organization strategies, organization policy, guideline, rules, regulations, no? This relates to standing plan. Ma'am, single use tahale kon habo? It's short-term planning. Single use plan is the schedule, program, budget, आमे ए मंथ पे गोटे बजेट प्रिपेयर करिचे ए मंथ रो बजेट टा आर मास को इट मे बी यूज और मे नॉट बी यूज्ड आमे यूज करि परिबा कि करि भी परिबानी से मे बी चेंज ही पारे 19-20 ही पारे बजेट आज आमे आजी गोटे आमे जति पैसा खर्च होईची हेडा काली मध्ये चेंज ही पारे राइट so budget in case of we can say the financial transaction kind of things it may vary from time to time situation to situation that's why धर आमे आजी ए मंथ हमर बाहागर किछि फंक्शन किछि नाही हमर ए मास रे पैसा कम खर्च होला आर मास रे सेमति किछि फंक्शन होला अधिक पैसा खर्च होबो हैला ए मास रे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कम काई खर्च होबो ना हमर एसी वगैरह लगेबा आर मास रे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अधिक आसी काई हम एसी लगेबा सबुतरे एटा भेदी करिबो पिला मान हैला सेटा होची शॉर्ट टर्म प्लानिंग तमे कहबनी मु गोटिए प्लानिंग करिवि गोटिए प्रकार ए मास रे 10,000 खर्च करछि माने वर्ष तमाम मो मास को 10,000 ही खर्च करी त माने कुआड जीवनी किछि कहबनी थरे पर रेस्टोरेंट जाई पळे आसीबो कहले सेठी तमर 2-3 हजार खर्च होई जीवो हैला त माने कोन सब मास सब दिन रेस्टोरेंट जाई खाइबो ना कोन त सेठी पई budget it is completely vary from situation to situation budget so it is a single use plan like my schedule पिला माने तमर फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर आमे गोटे शेड्यूल करथिलो से शेड्यूल ला कोन 3 वर्ष पर्यंत कंटिन्यू करलो सेकंड सेमेस्टर तुम टाइम चेंज होला शेड्यूल चेंज होला सब किछि चेंज होला so program schedule budget these are the short term planning we will take this step on the basis of situation आमे कोन अवस्था देखि व्यवस्था करिबा ए सब अवस्था देखि कि व्यवस्था काम होला सिचुएशन को देखि कि स्टेप ना पा that is the standing plan and single use plan levels of planning it is based on the 3 levels कौन रे पिला माने already we have discussed in the organizational hierarchy and structure top level middle level lower level based on this also we have completed the skills of a manager top level planning middle level planning lower level planning top level planning based on the what they will plan for the organization no top level planning as for the skills held by the top level management that is the conceptual skill and here top level people are always plan for the organization for a longer duration of time like fixing the organization objective mission vision right strategies this is the long term planning doing by the top level management towards the organization creation of a new product no introduce of new product and enter into a new market गोटे मार्केट रे माने कोन एई रसुलगढ़ रो कोन बमी खाल जिबा कि नाही ना रसुलगढ़ रो जिबा आ गोटे ये को नाही सेमती नु एंटर इन न्यू मार्केट माने गोटे न्यू स्टेट और न्यू कंट्री हम एंट्री करिबा एटा कोन सर्टेन प्लानिंग आज एंट्री करिया काली बंद कर दबा आमे गोटे न्यू ब्रांच ओपन करले गोटे न्यू आ गोटे स्टेट रे नले गोटे न्यू ब्रांच ओपन करले आ गोटे कंट्री रे राइट न्यू प्रोडक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करले ए सब कहार स्ट्रेटजी ए कोन लो लेवल वाला प्लान करिवे कि रे middle level wala karibe no this is a long term strategies adopted by the long term planning adopted by the top level management having a conceptual skill already we have discussed no middle level people basing on this they will plan for the organization how the functional area have to run smoothly how the employee no two-way communication humanitarian skill no how to maintain organization smoothly how the functional area will run smoothly all those things how the somehow the organization how we can manage organization some kind of planning doing by the middle level people as well as the lower level people how the production will increase day to day activity will run smoothly that is the doing by the lower level people lower level plan likewise functional level kya asla re now functional level planning it is already I told you every business having different functional area like marketing, finance, production, HR, then research and development, then IT, information technology. 6 major functional area of every business having a 6 major functional area. Marketing manager will take step and plan for the marketing function, how to increase how to means what how we can increase sales in the market That is the planning by the marketing manager. It may be short term or it may be long term. Likewise, HR manager. How I have to recruit the manpower, how I have to give the training to the manpower, how I have to motivate the manpower. Because recruitment to retirement, all the responsibility of the HR manager. We will discuss one paper in your later semester. Right? So basing on this, it may be short term or it may be long term planning. That things adopted by the HR manager. Right? Likewise, finance manager, likewise, production manager, likewise, research and development department managers. No? So every functional area of the organization taking steps and planning accordingly. It may be short term or it may be long term. Right? Then we have to go to the बुझिगल कि पिलामाने म खाली टिके एक्सप्लेन करी तो म टाइम आजी हला
Okay, ma'am.
10:30 पर्यंत कंटिन्यू करिवे 10:30 पर्यंत हला कि रे पिलामाने
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक ठीक अछि तो ओके तो
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will continue up to 10:30 okay okay आउ सब कोड पळेले yes no किछि कहलेनी देखो
Yes, ma'am.
हां आउ हो ना किछि
Yes, ma'am.
ओके सुना आज मैं 10:30 पर्यंत कंटिन्यू कर देबी टुमारो मॉर्निंग आई विल नॉट टेक क्लास ठीक है 9 to 10 o'clock जोटा क्लास थिला काली म नेबिनी मॉर्निंग रे कहि दोची ध्यान रे सुंदर पिला सुनी दियो पिला माने हैला टुमारो 9 to 10 o'clock आई विल नॉट टेक योर क्लास देन मंडे चली गला ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे आउ जो रेस्ट ऑफ द क्लासेस अछि तमरा स्टा कोन करिबी आई विल टेक योर क्लास इवनिंग 5 to 6 o'clock हैला
Okay, ma'am.
बुझी गलो तो कौन कहली कहलो
Ma'am, Tuesday class हबनी
ट्यूसडे क्लास हबनी हई रे मु ट्यूसडे क्लास हबनी कहली आज
Five
नहीं
to
ma'am, morning रे class हबनी evening रे
मंडे बिल्कुल क्लास हबनी काली की
ma'am.
हैला एइना मु एक्सटेंड कर देबी किछि टाइम काली की मु क्लास नेबिनी हैला ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे आ जहा तमरो रहिला क्लास सेटा मु इवनिंग 5 to 6 o'clock रे नेबी मॉर्निंग आउ नेबेनी
Okay, ma'am.
किछि प्रॉब्लम अछि कि कहार पिला माने
Na, ma'am.
ओके वेरी गुड थैंक यू सो मच हैला सेटा को मने रखिबो शेड्यूल टा रस मैडम भी शेड्यूल टा को औथरे मॉडिफाई करी दे देबे स्टिल तुम माने मने रखि तो हां एई शेड्यूल अनुसार नेक्स्ट काली टू ए शेड्यूल अनुसार हम कंटिन्यू करबो देखिलो ना हम शेड्यूल कहउतली प्रोग्राम कहउतली देखिलो सेटा केमति टाइम टू टाइम चेंज होची आज पर द सिचुएशन हम सेठी कोन करछ अवस्था देखि की व्यवस्था करूचे हैला एटा हैला अवस्था व्यवस्था एई जो शेड्यूल आउ प्रोग्राम में जो हम सब कहउचे एटा होची शॉर्ट टर्म प्लानिंग जोटा कि हम जस्ट एना पढुतले एइना तमे गुटे प्लानिंग करथिबो कोन शेड्यूल करथिबो कोन फिल्म जिया पई तापर आर मोमेंट रे चेंज होई पारे सेति पई सेटा शॉर्ट टर्म प्लानिंग एइना कहबो कि मु रेस्टोरेंट खाया को जिबी तापर मोमेंट रे चेंज होई पारे नाइ घरे करी बनै खाइबा दैट्स शेड्यूल प्रोग्राम हैला तो चलो प्रोसेस ऑफ प्लानिंग प्रोसेस कोन पिला माने पूरा सुंदर भाव लिखा आइची आ एटा छोटो ही पानी आकु सुंदर भाव रे देखो आई होप कि क्लियरली देखा जाउ कोन पिला माने जुडी न देखा जाउची मु पढी की कहि दे एठी सेटा लिखा छै ना लिखा मिल जाउ अच्छा हो हां जुडी न देखा जिवो मु पढी की कहि देबी पिला माने हैला फर्स्ट स्टेप कोन the process of planning process means it is a step by step process it is a chronological sequence जेमते हम 1 पर 2 आछे 1 पर डायरेक्ट हम 3 को जिबा कि नाही सेमती प्रोसेस ता स्टेप बाय स्टेप so step 1 need assessment the process of planning step 1 it relates to need assessment first we have to identify the need where we have to plan what is the requirement of the planning is there any necessary to plan for this particular area everything we have to identify in the need assessment it means we have to analyze the need analysis, the opportunity analysis, everything in this particular area. Once need assessment over, then we have to establish objectives. Once we have to identify, we have to plan for this particular area, then which area we have to plan, then we have to go for the establishment of objective. We have to fix one objective. See, already I told you, every organization having some objective. Without objective, the organization, एमिति को organization है जे market रच, असंभव. छोटा, if we will go for a small span up, तार मध्य गुट objective होच. Right? So once need assessment over, where we have to plan, what we have to plan, how we have to plan, everything need assessment over, right? Analysis over, then we have to go for the establishment of objective. We have to fix the objective, right? So objective means setting of goal, setting of objective. Basing on this, we have to take this step, right? So basing of set the objective means what? I'm going to objective fiscal. I'm a kamota koriba. I'm a goal. I'm a life ro goal. I'm objective organization ro. Once establishment of objective of goal means we have to develop premises. Eta premises देखा जाउनी पिला माने मु आनुची गोटे प्रकार ये हलचल हे जाउची सब स्लाइड आगो हैला develop premises. Now develop premises माने कोन पिला माने develop premises it identified. Here we have to identify the strength, weakness, opportunity, threat kind of things in the developing of premises. While we will achieve, already we have fixed our objective. Now we have to achieve our objective. Now fixing objective to achieve objective, is there any kind of problem? Is there? Developing premises means we have to identify what is our strength. What is our strength means organization strength. What is the weakness of the organization? Where is our opportunity? Where is the threat? To take a short analysis coach, strength, opportunity, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat, short analysis. Apart from this, we have bill analysis, the social, what is the social factor, what is the technological factor, what is the organizational factor. Sabbu jinso ko itham analysis kariya properly. Kaiki already we have fixed the objective and we have to achieve the goal and objective. So fix and achieve this, the gap is there, no? Now we have to identify to bridge the gap. If gap ta kame kemti bridge kariba? Is there any kind of opportunity, threat, kind of things, or strength, weakness, no? Any kind of means what? Any kind of things is there. Then we have to analyze it properly. Through this, we will go for the identify the alternatives. Eta kon re pila mane dekha jauni identify the alternative. Once ame identify alternative kariba, then asla select alternative. It select lekha hai chela. Identify the alternative, selective alternative, formulate the alternative, implementation of the alternative. Charita factor it asla. So once we will take this step, then identify the alternative. Identify the alternative means here we have to identify, is there any kind of situation is there? We will identify the alternative mane konde am pakare di tinta option achi. Hela di tinta option bhitaru ame ko gote option kemti choose kariba ki eti. Ame it identify kariya. While we will achieve the objective of the organization, is there any kind of choice and alternative is there? So that we can identify the best one. Right? So once we have to identify in this particular area, then we have to select it. आमे रास्ता रे आमे जो जिबा बलो को हम पाखे किछ चॉइस अल्टरनेटिव अछि कि जोटा कि हमें बेस्ट ऑफ आइडेंटिफाई कि हमें क्विकली रीच करि परिबा हम ऑब्जेक्टिव पाखे रे सेटा हला आइडेंटिफिकेशन करिबा आइडेंटिफाई करिबा जदि हम आइडेंटिफाई करले हां गोटे भल ऑप्शन अछि चॉइस अछि अल्टरनेटिव अछि देन हमें सेटु कोन करिबा रे ताको सिलेक्ट करिबा सिलेक्ट द अल्टरनेटिव right. Once selection of the alternative is done, then we have to formulate the alternative. Formulate mane again hame taku recheck kariba. Eta actually re kamo dabo to, actually re hame success haba to, actually re eta useful to. Then recheck the formulative alternative means we have to recheck it. And once formulation alternative will over, then we will go to implementation. आमे सेठी कोन कर देबारे implement. Finally we will implementation planning ताको पूरा आमे implement करि दबा. ए सबो भितर आसला what to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do it. सबो सरिला परे हमर सबो काम सला. Now we have to finally implement planning in the organization. Implement planning in a particular department. Implement planning in a particular area. And ultimately after implementation आमे implement कर देले. Now control करिबा. Basing on this we will achieve our objective जोटा कि आमे starting रे ताको fix करथिले. केते कि analysis कला परे आमे implement कले planning टाको. समस्त एई टाइप रो स्टेप लियंती गवर्नमेंट. हां गवर्नमेंट मध्ये जेतेले करे एमिति राति रे सोइबो सपना देखिबो ऑब्जेक्टिव फिक्स करिबो सकल इंप्लीमेंट कर देबो. नो, आफ्टर मेनी एनालिसिस, आफ्टर मेनी रिसर्च, नो, one by one step taking very sincerely, very carefully, no. So out of many situation, out of many, जदि आम एटा करूचे इम्प्लीमेंट ताहले हमर थ्रेट की हमर ले ऑपोजिशन से माने कोन हमको कहिबे हमर स्ट्रेंथ कोन हमर अपॉर्चुनिटी कोन हमर थ्रेट की हमर शॉर्ट एनालिसिस पूरा सीधी एनालिसिस करा जिवो गोटे स्टेप करी फाइनली इम्प्लीमेंट हबो. एटा गोटे जनकर एटा मो निज पय मो एटा इम्प्लीमेंट करनी. जदि मो निज पय भी इम्प्लीमेंट करछि इफ आई विल टेक one wrong step then ultimately I cannot reach in my destination, my objective. So ultimately first we will fix one objective. First we have to identify where we have to plan, no, what is our objective. Basing on this we will take these are the steps and finally we have to implement it and we can succeed and we can reach in our destination. So this is what the proper planning. It is not only doing by the individual point of view, but also it is for the organizational level, state level, national level, everywhere, whatever may be. आमे तो इटा बहुत कम लेवल आउरी से माने आउरी बहुत सारा carefully, sincerely, securely माने step नियंती. Right? One wrong step पूरा बहुत सारा problem हो जिवो state सारा रो. Right? Ultimately government will face problem. So सेमिति organization मध्ये face problem करी. सेमिति मो भी मो निज लाइफ रे face problem करी. So whatever may be the things we will take step basing on this planning on process on. बुझी गले कि पिला माने? Yes ना रे? Students, yes or no?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you have to remember what is planning, what are the importance, objectives, jaha सेठी आसिला. So importance ना आसिकी आसिबो objective. कोन क्वेश्चन आसिबो what is planning? Briefly explain the objective, types and process of planning. एता मैम तो objective किछि कहि नथिले रे. ऑब्जेक्टिव कोड लिखिबो ना. ऑब्जेक्टिव इंपोर्टेंस सब याक समान पिला माने जोठी आसीबो ऑब्जेक्टिव पढिथिबे इंपोर्टेंस आसला ताकू लिखिबो. इंपोर्टेंस पढिथि ऑब्जेक्टिव आसला ताकू लिखिबो. धर पचरा गला नेचर पचारले तमे कहबो नेचर तो पढि नथिले एठी तो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स पढिथिले नै एठी तो फीचर को आइतिला. नेचर फीचर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हला समान. ऑब्जेक्टिव इंपोर्टेंस हला समान. पर्पस ऑब्जेक्टिव्स इंपोर्टेंस या कहले समान सब हैला. नेचर फीचर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स भी समान. आ तमे ऑब्जेक्टिव टाको तमे कहबो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स नेचर हबन हैला. तापर चलो डिसीजन मेकिंग आ 10 मिनिट कंटिन्यू करिवे तापर स्टॉप करलो हैला. डिसीजन मेकिंग पेला मान on the basis of planning we can go for the decision making. Already I told you planning is the primary and major and the first functions of management. Decision making is the secondary functions of management. Both are important for the organization. One wrong decision we will repent in our entire life. One wrong decisions, right? कारण सेटा तो ही जाइथिबो पास्ट चली गला आउ तो हमें ताको चेंज कर परिबानी बट ताको हमें रिपेंट करिबा. राइट? ता पई केते जे हमें प्रॉब्लम फेस करिबा. So take right decision in the right time. It is very much important. It can be possible based on the planning only. देखो एठी तुम गोटे देखुछ गोटे स्लाइड रे गोटे पिक्चर देखुथबो हैला. से पिक्चर रे गोटे लोक ठिया हिच हैला. सेटा भाबा हमें ता आगे रे पांचटा कोन अछि रे चॉइस अछि ऑप्शन अछि माने पांचटा रूट अछि. से जिबा को चाहूची आगो को ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆଗକୁ ଯିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ତା ପାଖରେ 5ଟା ରାସ୍ତା ଅଛି, 5 way no routes path is there. Now here the person have to identify which route I will go so that I will reach in my destination. ଏଇଟା ତା ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି, ସେଇ ଲୋକ ଉପରେ। ମୋ ପାଖରେ 5ଟା ଚଏସ୍ ଆଉ ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭ ଅଛି। I have 5 choice and alternatives, 5 options. Out of 5 options, I have to choose the best one so that I will reach in my destination. I will not face any kind of problem, confusion, conflict. କିଛି ବି ମୋ ଲାଇଫରେ ହବନି, right? Easily I will reach in my destination. So that decision you have to take in your life and organization thinking in the day-to-day life. Decision making जोटा तमे ए पिक्चर को देखिके आगु को चलिबो हैला। Decision, what is decision making? Decision making is the process of choosing a course of action from 2 or more alternatives. Without alternatives, we cannot take the decision. We can take step, action, but decision cannot be possible. Decision means choice must be there, alternative must be there. Without choice and alternative, you cannot take decision. Nobody can take decisions. Decision means 2 or more alternative must be there. One option is there, then to tame seto decision kar nabo. Mu kahibi are chal jiba hela, a jiba mane to jiba, au mate tame kon choice pacharlo ki jibu ki nai, pacharli ki na chale jiba, mu to tamaku choice pacharni. Jiba mane you have to go, there is no choice and alternative. अरे जिबा कि रे ना कोठी की जिबा, ए की बी की सी की डी की हमें जिबा कोठी की जिबा means you have a choice, you have an alternative, so you can choose the best one or worst one, so that's up to you. तमे कोडा चूज करियो, बेस्ट करिवो कि वर्स्ट करिवो, सेटा तम ऊपर डिपेंड करछ हैला। So this is what the decision making, the choice and alternative must be there. Without choice and alternative you cannot take decisions, right? It may be towards your job, it may be towards your career. तमे जेते आसिलो एडी बीबीए कल, हां तमरो कोन एटा प्रथम और लास्ट गोटी ऑप्शन थिला, तम पाखरे किते ऑप्शन थिबो, किते ऑप्शन भितरु तमे कोन कलो सिलेक्ट कलो, नो दिस इज माय बेस्ट एंड फाइनल ऑप्शन, I will go there and I will complete my study. तमे तमरो एनालिसिस कलो, तम वाइज तमे ताको डिसिजंस नेलो out of many alternatives and choice, right? So this is what the decision making, and it is very much important for every individuals, organization, and for everyone. Why? Now through decision making, proper decision, we can utilize the resource utilization of resource can be possible in a better way, in an effective and efficient way. And the resource, it may be the human resource or it may be the non-human resource. Human resource is the man and other resources are the machinery, material, no, equipment, money, everything. Through proper decision only, proper planning. Without planning, decision making cannot be possible. Already I told you, no? And decision also can be possible by proper utilization of everything. It can be possible through proper decision only. And also decision, through proper decision, we can minimize the risk, uncertainty, problem, everything. We will not face any kind of such kind of hard and tough situation in our life, right? हाँ मैम एमिति आउ केमिति हबो, एमिति गुटे डिसिजन नेले एमिति भूल हबो, किंतु सेमिति भी एमिति गुटे बड़ भूल हबनी। भाबी विचारी काम कले विपद न पड़ई भले, आमे कहूचे आगुरु कहि कहि आसे हमर महान व्यक्ति माने कहि कहि जायछन, त एटा कोन रे भाबी विचारी काम। डिसिजन ता नबा आमे कोन इंद अंध पर नै छिबा कि आ बाडी बोले कि भाबी चिंता के डिसिजन ता नबा हेई पारे 19-20 फैक्ट चेंज हेई पारे हैला, आ तो 100% तो चेंज हे जीवन ना, right? So minimize the problem, it will minimize the challenge, minimize risk, uncertainty, everything. All that means what? The poor factor, it can be minimized, all the good factor, it can be maximized. Likewise, through proper decision making, business growth, business development, business object, we can achieve the business objective, expansion of business, creativity, innovation, no? Innovation, creativity, efficiency, effectiveness, growth, development, expansion, right? Employee motivation, and organization will run like anything and it will success and leading the market. It can be possible through proper decision making only, right? All the good things ଏଠି ପିଲାମାନେ ଆକୁ enhance କରିଦେବ, increase କରିଦେବ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଯେତେ ଭଲ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି increase ହବ, ଯେତେ ଖରାପ ଜିନିଷ, ଖରାପ ମାନେ poor things it can be decrease. Poor things କଣ ରେ? Misunderstanding, problem, risk, uncertainty, you know? These are the things through proper planning decision making reduce. And କଣ ଭଲ increase କରିବ? ଯେତେ ଭଲ ଭଲ ଜିନିଷ, ଯେତେ all the good things it can be enhanced through proper planning and decision making. Right? So this is what the planning, this is what the decision making and the importance of decision making. Types of decision making. कौन पिला माने छोटे डाची पढ़ी दूची. Types of decision making, again it is classified into variety types. कौन रे? Now types of decision making based on the major and minor decisions. See, major decisions are the, basically we can say, no, it is a important decisions. Major decisions are important decision, are very much, we cannot change frequently, no, we cannot change quickly. It is also very important and it is very, we have to take step very cautiously, no. And generally the major decisions in the organizational hierarchy, the major decisions are taken by the top level management, all the major decisions. Again ଆମେ ଏଠି କହିପାରିବା major decisions madam କଣ? ଆମେ transfer କାହାକୁ କରିବା, promotion କାହାକୁ କରିବା, ଆମେ କେତେ କାହାକୁ recruitment କରିବା, ଯେମିତି organization strategy fix କରିବା, policy, program. Major decisions are also long-term decisions. We cannot change frequently. Minor decisions are the, କଣ ରେ କହିବା? ନା, it is a day-to-day activity. It is very, we can say, it is taken by the lower level department, lower level managers, employees. Day-to-day activity. हाँ 19-20 फरक हेई पारे किछि प्रॉब्लम ना आजी प्रोडक्शन 100 यूनिट हबार थिला 99 यूनिट हला चलिबो 105 यूनिट हे गेला आउरी बढ़िया. It is a minor decisions. देख आम लाइफ रे मेजर माइनर डिसीजन कोन? Major decision where I will study, major decision where I will work, major decision how to achieve my objective, major decision ए सब होला मोर लाइफ रो. बट कोन मेजर डिसीजन मु आज कोन खाइबी? आज बिरयानी हेले ही हेबो, कोन भात हेले बनी? Is it a major decision? कोन पिंधिबी आज मु? Is it a major decision? कोन सलवार बदले येलोटा बदले कोन ब्लू पिंधि देले कोन ये ही जबो सृष्टि प्रलय हेबो नाही. आज मार्केट गले ही हेबो न गले भी हेबो. These are the minor decisions, right? So we can take in our day-to-day life. Likewise, organization. But major decision? Yes. We have to take very cautiously, very sincerely, very, no? These are some major decisions. Once I select kardele mane se challa, au change kari paribani. So this is what the major and minor. Program, non-program decisions, dear students. Program decision are always it is there in the planned manner, structured manner. Non-program decisions, tamane madam kono non-program decision tame structured re nabani, planned re nabani. No, non-program decisions are just opposite of the program decisions. It means, see, program decision means we have to, it is officially, hela, it is officially, everything must be there in a written structure. It is a structured manner. It is a planned manner. Everything we have to do in a effective manner. That is a program decision. Non-program decision, that somehow we can take the decision, but it may not be. Already we have decided our decision. I'm going to step not, but still we have to take this step. Non-program decisions, right? Non-program decision. एडा हला तमरो हमें क्लास टा को एडा हला प्रोग्राम डिसीजन. सब आग प्रोग्राम रे हमर अछि ऑलरेडी प्री डिसाइडेड प्री स्ट्रक्चर्ड प्री प्लान्ड हठात रूप स्टेप ता निया अछि कि किए क्लास नब केतले क्लास नब को क्लास नब केमिति नब सब किछि प्री डिसाइडेड बट नॉन प्रोग्राम डिसीजन ता कोन रे पिला माने no as per the situation we have to take this step जोटा कि आमे इना नेले पिला माने लिटिल बिट प्रोग्राम रे चेंज होबा आ मु तमरे ए चेंज करूची आको को so this is the non program decisions as per the situation little bit change it can be possible no pre decided may not be there pre planned may not be there but we have to take some step individual group decision individual person will take the decision group team will take decision individual I will take decision group we will take decision we instead of I here we will use we team group no long term short term decision it is nothing else as your planning factor already we have discussed long term planning short term planning likewise long term decision short term decision long duration of time short duration of time or nothing else it is only the factor is the it is a time and duration no and simple and complex decision simple decisions are the quick decisions right complex decisions are the we have to think and we have to take this step if required then we have to take expert advice complex decisions simple decision we can quick step in a very quick step fraction of minute or second we will take this step simple decision yes we will do this no but complex decision we have to think again and again and we have to take this step if required then we have to take expert advice that is a complicated and complex decisions right so these are some types of decision dear students बुझिलो कि पिला माने जहा पढेली पिला माने बुझिलो
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हला so what is decision making what are the importance of decision or objectives of decision or purpose of decision and what are the types of decision classified into various category आको मने रखिबो हला tomorrow काली क्लास नाही आउतरे मन कहि दोची Tuesday 5 o'clock I will take your class Tuesday onwards I will continue at 5 o'clock and we will continue in this area up to types of decision making we have completed then we will start the process of decision making and that area too we will continue ठीक अछि पिला माने
Yes, ma'am.
okay चलो thank you bye bye see you Tuesday
Okay,
bye bye
ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, sir.